people. Just a partner, just amazing man, Chris Crone's Convention Center out here in Utah. Yes, my buddy owns a convention center and it's his place. It's like, people can go do events in different places, or Vivian, you can just have your own convention center. And the coolest thing is that Chris said last night, how do we put a lightning bolt up on this convention center and like merge ecosystems with Unblinded? So there's conversations, there's things happening that are absolutely remarkable. We are here. And who are you, sir? Chris, you do an amazing job. Thank you. So yes, you having fun? Yes. And Chris is delivering amazing content from the stage. Are you not on this event?
I will be on Friday. Yes.
You'll be on Friday and talking about this, the Omni program, because pound for pound, dollar for dollar, and Chris will not make this official claim, Chris Crone monetizes effectively his subscriber base better than anyone in the world. I'll make that bet. So amazing things happening. So, and that's kind of what we're here to unpack in Unblinded. And Vivian, let's get to our amazing guest, is how do you take your money, your time, your energy, your heart, your being, and how do you have it turn into the money, time, and magic that you want with integrity? That's what we're unpacking. So Vivian, you're amazing. Who we got here today?
I am so excited. We have in from Vancouver Island in Canada, Dr. Cheryl Fraser. Dr. Cheryl
Cheryl's in the house.
Yes, she is. You know, she is a sought-after media psychologist, sex expert, author, and speaker. She's impacted thousands in reigniting love and passion, most especially through her online program, Become Passion. I love it. And get this, Become Passion made more money in 2020 than ever before. COVID be damned. Become Passion. I feel you. I see you, sister. It's the product of an extensive research on sexual behavior when she won over 100,000 in academic scholarships. She gained her postdoctoral degree from the University of California, San Fran Medical School. And as a speaker, she has been asked to teach for Tony Robbins. Plus, Jack Canfield said her book, Buddha's Bedroom, helped him improve his sex life. Oh, I got to erase that image from my retina right now. He's like a dad to me. Anyway, what Dr. Cheryl is most proud of is jumpstarting the spark of her own second marriage and bringing magic to couples around the world. So welcome, Dr. Fraser.
Things that embarrass Sean Callagy are amazing.
I'm ready for these guys. I know, you still have to recover, right?
I don't know if you people can handle me. Maybe should I just go? Apparently Canada's way too hot for you people.
I got you, Cheryl. I am with you, Cheryl. We're a like party. You're good, my friend.
Bella and the rest of them can go, la, 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 I'm not listening.
Actually, it's
we can be in competition for like how red we can turn Sean.
We have turned it. We have turned the Real Raw. It's all over now, right?
Let's stop the word raw in it, people. What did you
Dr. Cheryl, thank you for the work that you're doing in the world. Yes, I'm turning red and purple soon. Welcome from Vancouver, one of the most amazing places in the world. And how about a fun fact besides, as if that all wasn't fun enough. How about a fun fact, Dr. Cheryl?
Oh, there's so many, but I got an email a year ago, August, that I was sure was spam and I almost deleted it. And it was Tony Robbins asking me how to give a good blowjob. That's a fun fact. Oh, I'm just telling you the truth. It's out of the blue. I get this email. It's like, hey, I work for Tony Robbins. We're looking to hire someone to come to Maui for the platinum relationship to teach women how to give a good blowjob. I'm like, what the hell you are? And my finger was on the delete button. And then she said, phone me, and gave me her name. I thought,
Hold on. Wait a second. Honey, come on in, honey. Come on in.
Exactly.
So this is happening, Sean.
This all began, Vivian, when Bella Verita started being the role play, is when this like started going off the cliff and things like this started happening. This is unbelievable.
It's not my fault. You asked me.
Yes,
I heard a fun fact.
Dr. Cheryl, you are one of my top 5 favorite guests ever on the Real Raw. We've only just done because of your amazing openness and like true lightning bolt disruptions. My fun fact would be, and I'm gonna have to bring this up in the Tony world.
If you put Tony Robbins and blowjob in the same sentence, Sean, we're in trouble.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't tell people that in that way because that becomes some sick meme and it goes all wrong.
Yes. Like, but this is not like being broadcast to the world, Dr. Cheryl. So I'm just telling you that as we're here. But so Dr. Cheryl, my fun fact, and I don't know how I feel about it after your fun fact, was that 3 weeks ago in a room, Tony Robbins referred to me as his coach as he asked me to join in an intervention. Bella Verita, fact check me. You were there. Is that what happened?
That is what happened. That is true.
So I don't know how I feel about that now in light of your commentary. We have a lot to talk about. And in fact, you're a psychologist, I think, or at least, is that true, Dr. Cheryl?
It is true.
Yes, I need some counseling help after this last.
We could probably figure it out, but I tell you what.
Would you be able to help me?
The greats are always learning. And if Tony has, and we know he does, the humility and the grace to learn from any tremendous leader, I hope that you do know how you feel about it, which is you accept it with gratitude and grace. And I suspect that's what you did.
As it was delivered. And Tony Robbins has changed my life so many times, it's beyond counting. And it's an honor and privilege to learn from him and study from him, and to have had the encounters that we've had. I couldn't be more grateful. And I, like yourself, have had the unique privilege of speaking on that stage. And it's been a remarkable experience. And with no Tony Robbins and there's no Unblinded, that is a simple equation. So massively grateful. And Dr. Cheryl, thank you for being here.
It's an absolute pleasure.
And Dr. Sharon, like it literally, to echo what you just said, it was literally the most gracious, humble receiving of acknowledgement I have ever seen a person receive with Sean Callagy in that moment. It was incredible.
Beautiful.
Well, and Dr. Cheryl, thank you. Vivian, we're having fun already.
I've been having a lot of fun.
Not only do I not say that word that Dr. Cheryl just said, I don't even do the initial. So Vivian, back to you.
We have.
Now I know another word you don't use.
Oh,
I can go back to Michael Smykin and say, I got another one.
A long list. Yes.
We have Sally Wagner from Florida. She's between Tampa and Sarasota. So I hear. Whoop, whoop. She's a lawyer, real estate broker, instructor, and all-around multipreneur who's taken her 4 decades of success and turned it into transformational success as an international speaker and consultant of what's next. Here, Sally helps you design and thrive in the next phase of your life, and she offers couples courses called Intentional Life Coaching to get you there. So welcome, Sally.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sally, thank you for being here. And how are you doing so far on The Real Raw?
Fabulous. I love it.
Awesome. And how about a fun fact, Sally?
So a fun fact is I once got kicked out of a house of ill repute in Germany.
Why are we
This is awesome.
I didn't know. So, and can we ask Sally what the kicking outness was all about?
I think it was all about market competition. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have visions of brothel. Unlikely people in the storyline.
Yeah, we.
Help. Please help. Nicole.
I was like, I want to know what's happening for Nicole right now.
Hi, Nicole.
Hello.
Can you please help? I don't know what to do. I am very
Should
overwhelmed.
I use that word?
No.
Ill repute.
No. So, Sally, it's a pleasure. And what type of law were you involved in or are involved in?
Primarily real estate and not a traditional practice, but I own a real estate school in Florida. So teaching licensees, hopeful licensees. And then I also have a consulting company. We do brokerage and contract compliance consulting for multiple brokerages throughout Florida. So last year, the agents in all the offices we serve had over 13,000 transactions and over $4 billion in sales volume.
Sally, I am not
Drop the
confused
mic.
that not only do you get thrown out of brothels, but you are straight up entrepreneurial gangster. So congratulations on what you're bringing to the world.
Thank you.
Amazing. Vivian, we got some judges for these like straight up rock stars.
Yes, we do. We have from Monmouth County, Dr. D in the house. That's right. That's Daniel Cardelicchio.
Dr. Dan, what's up, brother?
Sean, brother, what's up, man? How are you?
How did we get all the way here, Dr. Dan? Like, I don't know, but like we're way far away from like our earlier days. Are we not, brother?
You were doing ARBs for me back in the day, and we have full circle, and we're here together again.
Wow.
Amazing, Dr. Dan. Yes.
Yes,
Vivian,
sir.
let's hear about his amazingness.
Well, armed with a master's of science in human nutrition, he decided he'd own his own chiropractic office. And now he has 4 offices around the state. He's proud to say he was both born and raised in Newark and loves to coach his son at hockey. So welcome, Dr. D.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no fun facts, Sean. I'm factless at this point.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can say that would just go with the theme of this is that I am a politician. So what Dr. Fraser said, and yeah, that's the only thing I could say. So it just kind of like rolls into that, I think.
May I just say, Dr. D, you're incredibly important to all of my clients because after they work with me, they put their backs out and they need you.
There you go.
Oh, thank you for the excellent work you do.
Ecosystem merging here.
Partnership.
Wow, we have this, and I can help him out nutritionally with stamina.
Gotta talk.
Did I hear Viagra?
Oh my
No,
God.
I said stamina. I didn't say Viagra.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I think this is the last one that's ever going to happen.
My mom might be watching today. Please. No.
Sean, this in fact may be the last one ever.
Yes. This is the 330 Real Raw. Like 330.
We jumped the shark, Sean.
We have
Oh,
jumped the shark
man.
officially, Vivian. We have jumped the shark. So Vivian, back to you. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
Thank you,
We
sir.
have Alex Terranova in the house.
Mm.
And you can announce me all the time if you say my last name like that. Just carry you around in my pocket.
From hospitality and opening 17 restaurants in 7 states to becoming director of operations and franchise operations for an 8-figure restaurant group to taking his entrepreneurial fuego into becoming the accomplishment coach. As an expert, he's been featured on NBC, Fox, Good Morning, La La Land, and he helps rebellious innovators perform their best, find clarity, which he helps through online courses and workshops he offers. And he'd know how to get you there, for he's written 3 books, including Fictional Authenticity, and hosts 3 podcasts, including the successful Dream Mason podcast, and has been a guest on top podcasts himself, including the University of Adversity, Success Unleashed, and The Coaching Show. So welcome, Alex Terranova.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I gotta say though, part of my rehabilitation, you didn't share that I'm a recovering asshole, but I'm not allowed to talk about blowjobs. So I'm gonna bow out. Yeah.
You don't have to go any further. This is a success. We're done.
Can I point out the obvious? I think we all know language really matters. You called your freaking show Real and Raw. I mean, no one to blame but yourself.
This is very, very true. And let's make no mistake, this was not all in the script as it all has unfolded over time. So let's be really clear, folks. Let's be really clear. So yes, we all play our role in the Real Raw. So thank you very much. It is amazing. Alex, thank you for being here. And by the way, how about a fun fact, my friend, besides your recovery?
I'm gonna show you my fun fact, but I'm gonna keep my clothes on. This is my fun fact.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's a cute dog.
This little thing, this part of my recovery. This is Callie. This is my fun fact.
What's your dog's name?
Her name's Callie.
Callie.
Yeah.
Amazing. People used to call me Callie at some point for Callie.
Nice.
True fun fact. Yeah, amazing. So thank you, Alex. For being here. And where are you coming from today?
I'm in San Diego, California.
Amazing. Coronado Beach, was surfing some waves out there about 6 weeks ago. Amazing. Congratulations on living in one of the most extraordinary places in the world.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been very lucky. From LA, lived in New York City, and now in San Diego. I'm definitely winning at the city game.
Yeah, had the unique privilege of a little seal swimming up like to my face on La Jolla, out there on La Jolla Cove. So incredible place, my friend.
Nice.
So Vivian, we got Alex, we got Dr. Dan, and we got one more judge.
Well,
That just showed up, that has no idea of the mayhem that has transpired in the last 19 minutes. So I think he's in for a real disruption.
Is Aaron in the house? Is Aaron's mic available? Are you there in the ether for me? Or should I circle back in a minute? Let's introduce Bella as we get.
Let's go to the, yeah, please.
Resolved. Okay, well, Bella is the role player that you're all gonna have so much fun with and make her your avatar and ideal client. She is.
I cannot wait to role play with Dr. Fraser. This is going to be fantastic. Sean's mind is going to be blown by the end of this.
Bella is a sales sorceress. She started selling crafts on her lawn at the age of 8. And then she became, and I wonder how and why, that personality flying through on that lawn. She then became a top income earner in a network marketing organization by the age of 19. By 24, though, she built a multiple 7-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Woo! You feeling me?
I'm feeling ya.
Good. Today she's CEO at Align Sales, the first female-led remote sales training and recruiting agency, and is devoted to helping women scale and create financial freedom through sales. In fact, she places more women salespeople than anyone else in the country. So welcome, Bella.
Thank you. I am so excited today. I think this is going to be my most favorite Real Raw ever.
Bella, behave yourself today. Bella, behave yourself.
No.
Good. That's the right answer.
Your hello to yes did not work out very well that time.
And Bella, how about a fun fact?
Well, I did live in Vegas for 17 years, which is the strip club capital. So there's a ton of fun facts that I could go through there, but I'll leave it to you. I'll leave it to your imagination of wild fun facts that could have happened in Vegas in these places, but I'll leave it to you. I've actually sold one of these places while I was a business broker in Las Vegas. So how about that?
Bella Verita, ladies.
Did your heart sink just for a moment, Sean?
It did. My heart was like beating. So thank you, Bella. So by the way, my fun fact is I will stay away from the theme of the day. Thank you very much. So, actually, let's go. Is Aaron live yet, Vivian, for intro?
Sorry?
Do we have Aaron ready for intro?
I am sorry, I didn't hear that. But no, I think we're having some tech issues. What I can do is talk about him and give you his bio now.
Let's do that. Yep.
So Aaron O'Dowd is from Ireland, and he believes he can unlock the superstar that we all are through the art of storytelling, which inspired him to launch his new podcast called Partially Excited. Here he ditches the concept of disability to one of superhero ability. Plus, he leads 2 groups on ketogenic group and another one, which is a meditation group. So welcome, Aaron, wherever you are in the ether. I hope you make it and join us.
Yes, we are hoping Aaron checks into the house. We're having some interesting technical difficulty. So let's unblind the team. Let's find out what's happening. Thank you very much. And let's rock on. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to explain more about like what's up and what's happening, but I will drop in with a fun fact. My fun fact is for today that influence is a superpower. And there is such a disparity on the results that we produce in our money, our time, and our magic. And I will share a fun fact that I learned from my dear friend, Chris Crone, today, is Chris has about, let's go back about a year. He had 500,000 YouTube subscribers. And he knew somebody that had 12 million. And he ended up having conversations with that person's team. And they were very cocky and condescending and saying like, I don't know why we're having conversations. We have 12 million subscribers. You only have 500,000 subscribers. We have 24 times your number of subscribers. And we have like one video that gets more views than you get in all of your videos in a month. And you know how much we make on AdSense, we have sponsors and all of these things, right? And Chris's head's like, dude, I don't know why you're being like this. It was your team that asked to have a conversation with me. And I know you're the leader, but yeah, let me just ask you a simple question. How much revenue did you guys bring in last year? He said, we brought in X. Do you understand that? And we brought in X from we brought in this much, B this much, C that much, X. He's like, well, that's a problem because you have 24 times the number of subscribers that we do. You have watchers from all over the world. You feel amazing. And we brought in 2X.
Mm.
And that's the way the world works. So what I'm blinded we're doing is we have a lot of fun and we laugh a lot. But we're also talking about how do you think you're going to raise $500,000 in a room and sex trafficking, and you give me the microphone and we raise 1.7 million in 26 minutes. How do you break every sales record? Yeah, how do you break every sales record on Tony Robbins' stage ever created for selling platinum partnership? How do you turn in 9 minutes a $100,000 decision into an impulse buy? How do you do that? And that's something I had the unique privilege of doing. And so as we step into this space, I also built a 40-person law firm and a 125-person law firm, never had any paid advertising in my life, all through relationship development or investment capital from anybody, starting from nothing. So influence is a superpower and knowing what to do with it. And that's what I have fun with on the Real Raw. And by the way, fun energy is the beginning of creating everything. So you guys are amazing. This has been incredible. Because we can't laugh and have fun magic, then why would we ever want to do anything? So Dr. Frazier and Sally and Dr. Dan, and Alex, Vivian, Bella, hopefully Aaron will join us because any dude from Ireland is going to probably be pretty funny.
He is here. He has joined us, by the way.
So Aaron, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing magnificent, Sean. It was actually a great story to share about what you just shared there. It kind of fits perfect into who I am and what I do.
Yeah, please share a little bit. We introduced you before you could hear us around it. So didn't we, Vivian, or am I mistaken?
We could, and I could share it again if you'd like to hear what I said.
I was actually listening to it, so I heard the introduction.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. And then how about a fun fact then, Aaron, and about you? Who are you? Yeah, please.
Cool. So like you said, Sean, I live in Ireland, and I have my fun fact is I can memorize information without looking at a book, using my ears, and spit it like gunfire. When I was studying as a massage therapist there in 2013, I was studying anatomy and physiology, and I have a vision impairment, so I couldn't see the diagrams in the book. And my mom taught me there. And over Christmas holidays, I spent 5 days learning 5 chapters of the book. We came into class after Christmas holidays, and the teacher asked everyone a question of, this part, that part, and no one answered. And I just spit out information like bullets, like, do you load machine gun, da 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 da. And the teacher asked me, now what's this particular part of the nail? And I was like, it's this. She's like, no, Aaron, you're wrong. I said, you're right. No, you're wrong. You're right. I said, look at the book. So she pulls the book out, opens the page, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Pop quiz finished.
Wow.
Mic drop, baby.
Boom. So thank you. And what part of Ireland are you from, Aaron? That's a beautiful share. Thank you.
I'm in a place called Limerick, Ireland, which is about 2 hours south of Dublin. It's in a place called Munster, and we have a thing called rugby here in Ireland, which is kind of like NFL, if anyone doesn't know it. And when Munster are playing any European teams or any Irish teams, the whole city just closes down for a couple of hours, and you hear it roaring through the whole city.
Amazing. And Limerick, isn't there like a significance to Limerick? Doesn't that mean something? People create limericks, or am I incorrect about that?
That is true, but that's kind of not spoken about. This city is more sport-related city. That'd be kind of its main. Pubs, drink, and sport and religion is its 3 places that it holds.
I think we're going somewhere, Bella.
Yes.
Yep. Sounds like it.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think that Aaron fits in perfectly with the themes of today. So. But I think Aaron's not ready to walk down that road yet. We'll see if Dr. Frazier could open that door over what the title significance of Limerick is and other means. But Aaron, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate you.
fantastic. Thank you, Sean.
I think I need to reshare my fun fact, Sean.
Oh boy.
Yes, because it's tough. I was on the Howard Stern show to prove I had not for him.
Oh my God. Vivian, we have never even opened that door.
A, did I do the ring toss? B, what did I do? A or B?
So what was the first choice?
Did I do the ring toss?
Oh, we're gonna
I just did that on purpose to get you just to blush, Sean. I'm kidding. I took a lie detector test to prove I had the hots for him, and I passed it with flying colors.
My God. Did you have the hot?
You know, I think that I concentrated on his voice, and I do love Howard Stern, and his personality is grand and
My
outlandish.
level 5 listening tells me that's a yes, Vivian.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Vivian, love you. Amazing job today. Like, we have fun, and thank you. And you create that, and you're amazing. So have a beautiful
Love
day.
you. I think you are amazing, which is why we are all here. It's because of you, Sean, the visionary here at Unblinded, who's super inspiring and who shows us what is possible and how you can be limitless. So thank you for being you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Thanks. So Bella, let's just dive in because this is going to be a scary day. I can tell, but let's deal with it.
Let's do it.
So who's going first today, Bella?
Oh, it's got to be Dr. Frazier for sure.
All right. So Dr. Frazier, do you accept your go firstness?
I do. Thank you for asking, though.
Yes, thank you. So, so Dr. Frazier, what we're doing here, which I think have optics on, but I'll share briefly for everybody, is we're going from hello to yes. Influence is a superpower. And it's not like Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. It's integrous. It's like value exchange, heart-to-heart connection, the opening of listening. That's what we unpack here at Unblinded each and every day on the Real Raw. And so Bella, to illustrate that, can be anybody you want her to be. She could be herself. She could be an avatar that might be an ideal client or perhaps a strategic alliance partner of yours, or she could be some other avatar like Tony Robbins, who sent you an interesting email. She could be anybody that you'd want her to be in the world. Okay. And the dynamic is going from hello to yes over the course of 6 minutes, broken up into 2 halves. The first half is simply about opening, listening, and connecting. And that's what the judges will be assessing, like depth of connection. So Bella's like really present to what you're sharing. And we'll talk about the second half when we get to that piece, which is more about the yes that you're seeking. But so Dr. Frazier, again, thank you for being here. And who would you like Bella to be?
Just before we do that, I have to open the door because my 15-year-old dog is barking because she has to go to the bathroom. I will be right back.
Amazing. Dr. Frazier's going to be right back. There's like bathroom issues for her 15-year-old pup. And that is real and raw. Thank you. So
I have a young dog in the other room, but the old dog's deciding to act out. So here I am.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
So who would you like Bella to be?
I would like Bella to just be Bella. I don't know any of her history or her background.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
Oh boy. All right.
Keep it to the real and see what happens.
All right.
Frazier,
I love it.
Yeah, here we go.
Bella, hey, I'm Cheryl. It's great to have met you in these few crazy minutes. And I was wondering if it's okay if I ask you a few personal questions?
Absolutely.
So anything you tell me, I'm going to keep close to my heart. There's no judgment, no nothing, but I would love to know your relationship.
You and the 1 million you and the 1 million people that are going to watch this video.
Can't speak for them, but I'm sure they're non-judgmental, open-hearted, and willing to learn. So would you mind telling me your relationship status?
I'm currently single.
And can you tell me what was one of the major highlights of a previous relationship in any way? Heart, communication, sexuality, but something that really let you up and maybe broke you open in a beautiful way.
I would say my former fiance, we were together for 3 years, and he one weekend went away and on like a retreat and came back and ended the engagement 2 weeks after we had just gotten a home and about 2 months after a miscarriage. And so it came as quite a shock. And But the beautiful gift in that was he gave me so many gifts in the relationship, and the unfolding of the relationship and the breakup and like honoring him and his decision was like one of, I feel like, my greatest opportunities that I have ever had, because I could have gone like bananas and crazy and like all the things. And like we don't really talk, but we have a high level of mutual respect for each other. And he made, probably out of any relationship that I've ever had, made the most difference in my life.
Wow.
And he's an extraordinary person, extraordinary man. Like, I still love him, and, would probably do anything in the world for him, even though we're not meant to be together.
That is very rare, and I applaud you so deeply for that, because when we've loved, no matter how brutally it ends, and people got their stuff, they got their issues, to be able to hold in our hearts the fact of, we're all bozos on this bus. We're all just trying to figure out how to get there. And I think the most underrepresented part of our life that people don't invest time and energy to learn how to create magnificent relationship, to learn how to communicate with our loved one in ways that we study to communicate in business. The number one predictor of happiness and even longevity and health is having a deep, intimate relationship. So now I would love to know, we only got a couple seconds, are you open to loving again? Are you holding back? Where are you now?
Oh, I'm definitely open, and I would absolutely love to continue this conversation. I've got to take a quick call, and then I'll look forward to calling you right back.
Love it. Thank you, Bella.
You're welcome.
Dr. Fraser, your presence, your congruence, like your tonal dynamics are phenomenal. And I'm not confused of why you are the success that you are. How did that feel for you?
It felt lovely because it was real. And on a personal level, I have a story a bit similar to Bella's of that sort of abrupt ending in the middle of my PhD. My husband of 2 years walks out, disappears. I don't hear from him for a year. And so just that love that, like you, I love and honor this beautiful man I spent a few years with. And that's what I loved about what Bella said, because it's not common enough that the bitterness and the hatred and the aversion, towards someone we used to love, who's, as I said, just another bozo on the bus like you and I. And so I'm just aching to hear more about her story. Maybe when we go visit Erin in Ireland.
Yes.
Yes.
So Dr. Fraser, fantastic job. And you resonate beautifully. Thank you. Bella, how'd that feel for you?
It was beautiful. It was really beautiful.
Awesome. And great job. And that was an amazing, vulnerable share by you, which is what makes you, you. So fantastic job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Sally, are you ready to drop in?
Sure.
Yeah. And who would you like Bella to be?
So Bella, I'd like you to be yourself. And my scenario is I was a fly on the wall, and somehow I heard that conversation, or you've shared that with me before, and I'd like to talk with you about it.
The conversation I just had?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Sally, please take us in.
Yeah. So Bella, how are you doing today?
I am excellent, Sally. How about yourself?
Fabulous, always. So I was really thinking about the story that you were sharing with us, and it really resonated with me. I didn't have exactly the same thing, and yet I experienced that sort of very unexpected loss. My first husband died. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
When we lose someone from our lives, we grieve. And I'm sure you went through that as well. And I'm curious, what was the strength that you had that allowed you to get through that grief with the grace that you're demonstrating to us right now?
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. And first, I would just want to say, because I didn't know if you heard, that I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. And, I think for me is I don't avoid pain. So what I did is, when it happened, we had a business together. And so I asked him for, to take things over for a month so I could have my healing process. And I was very upfront. I was like, I know the healing journey. There's going to be some anger. So at some point I'm going to get angry. You're going to get some angry texts, just receive those in love, because it's part of the grieving process. And I will come around, and I went in it deep. There was a period where I didn't like shower for 3 days. I was like on my floor crying all the time. And then I went through a process of like, taking some things and writing some letters back and forth, and then burning them in the fire. And then, so I think just allowing myself to fully feel the pain of the loss of, the vision, right? And to like, just go there, go deep. And then when I came out of it, 30 days, actually less than 30 days, because we had a business together, and he wasn't producing results in the business. So I was like, I got to step back in. And I ended up producing more results in one day than he had done in the entire month. And, I think it was because that I just allowed myself the space to do the healing. And I never like blamed him. I knew, it was just not meant to be. And so I was willing to own my own piece in it, and then, go through the healing process.
I love that. You've hit on two really crucial points, I believe. First is you never allowed yourself to sink into being the victim. You took control and retold your own story. And the second thing is time doesn't heal, right? It's how we use the time that either heals or doesn't. And it seems that you were very intentional in the use of your time.
Definitely.
You gave yourself that time to grieve and to be angry and to not shower and to withdraw. And it's perfect. I love how you did that, how you cared for yourself through that healing journey.
Thank you. Hey, Sally, I've got to take a quick call, but I'm definitely really enjoying this conversation, and I'd like to pick it up in a few minutes. Can I call you back?
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Amazing. Fantastic job as well, Sally. How did that feel for you?
I liked it. I liked the conversation and hearing, and again, all of that just seemed to resonate with the appropriate things to do to move through a grief and a loss.
Yeah. And we had so much fun and energy circulating the space. And I'm sure you all feel it. We dropped into such what we would call here goddess energy. For not men and women, but like presence, flowing, love, empathy, like it's present. And it opens listening. It like fun, like opens listening initially, and that goddess energy, truly brings people present and connected. So, remarkable job. Bella, fantastic job. And thank you again for your courage and your vulnerability. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Dan, we went from craziness to deep in our hearts and our souls here, brother. So let's go 30 seconds of feedback, please. Starting with Dr. Frazier on depth of connection and opening of listening, please.
I think she did a phenomenal job. Seasoned, she built rapport right away. I loved it when she said no judgment. What were the beautiful gifts that you got? Bella just opened up from there. It was the house, it was the engagement, it was a miscarriage. She asked a question, and then she just let her talk, and she validated her. So I think that was phenomenal, Dr. Frazier. You did an excellent job building rapport with that. So I was very impressed.
Awesome. And a score on a scale 1 to 10, Doc?
9.5.
Beautiful. And for Sally, please.
And for Sally, so Sally did the same thing, another seasoned individual. What I liked about Sally is she brought in her loss and her experience. And I'm very sorry to hear that also, Sally. So, she was talking about grieving. And then again, Bella just opened up, personal stories, healing, and she didn't want to be the victim. And what I really liked about Sally was at the end, she summarized it. You didn't want to be a victim, and time doesn't heal everything. And so it was very comfortable to listen to. And another 9.5.
Beautiful. And great job again, Sally, Dr. Frazier. And what I also loved is that little fun moment by Bella, though, which said, and I had to come back in the thing because in 30 days he did nothing, and in one day I did more than he did in 30 days. So let's not have that be lost on us. Right? Excellent job, Bella. Alex, what do you have for Dr. Frazier, please?
Oh man, after following Dr. Dan, with Dr. Cheryl Frazier, I felt like I was with a professional. Like it felt there was a holding. You were able to like hold a space for Bella that felt very, not just that you were with somebody who cares, but somebody who's going to know what to do with whatever you bring back to them. And I felt like because of that, Bella opened up and went a lot deeper into that than I actually expected. When it went to the part where you brought up your miscarriage, like you didn't have to actually go there. It could have just, there was enough with just the ex that we were in a vulnerable moment. And to take it like that step further, I felt like that was that space Cheryl created.
Amazing.
Which,
Yeah, and what'd you have as the score, Alex?
I had a 9.
Nice. And for please, Sally.
Sally, I felt like it was you both were great. So it was hard to even compare, but I felt like Sally was the opposite. Like I felt like it was an old friend kind of being that she showed up with. That not that it wasn't professional, but that it was an older, like wiser advisor in the being, like a wiser, I don't even know how to describe it, a wise aunt that shows up that you get to support you with this challenge, that you're able to connect with that person because of their personal experiences. And so I love that Sally brought in her own and that Bella actually took the space to connect to it also. I gave Sally an 8.5.
Nice. Beautiful job. What a remarkable group of people that have been assembled today. Truly. This is well into the
Extraordinary.
3+ range. But the heart, the communication dynamics, this is as fine a group and an episode we've ever had. And we've had countless amazing days. But really, I just want to acknowledge that at this early stage. So thank you guys so much. And Aaron, what did you have for Dr. Frazier?
Dr. Frazier, I liked the way at the beginning you created that space where you said, are you open, in the sense of, I'm going to ask you something, but your question was open in a way that allowed Bella to kind of connect with you and give you something that you weren't looking for, but yes, when you were listening to it, you were looking, it kind of popped out and you were able to connect with it. And also you gave her the space to speak instead of, you just said, look, this is what I'm doing, and so on. So my score would be 9.5.
Beautiful. And thank you, Aaron. And then what did you have, please, for Sally?
For Sally, I felt she touched on the emotion, a sense of when she talked about her loss, someone passing away, which I'm sorry to hear, but when you went that deep, you connected this authentic way where Bella could connect something like, oh, I'm sorry, but yes, it opened up a whole authentic conversation. So I would score that 9.5 as well.
Nice. Great job, Aaron. Wonderful job, Dr. Frazier, Sally, and we are ready for round 2. Sally, Bella is back. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And in round 2,
right.
what we're looking into is how we move into whatever that yes is. How Sally, Dr. Frazier are sharing their uniqueness at some level in this round and moving into an agreement for yes, which could just be for a longer meeting or whatever they're seeking. So Bella, please take us in.
Hi, Sally. I'm back.
Hi, Bella. I'm so glad you got back with me. So in that interim, I hope everything got taken care of.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So I wanted to just kind of follow up on our previous conversation, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I really appreciated everything that you shared with me, and I'd like to maybe not really probe and pry, but just kind of ask you, do you feel like sometimes you still have some of that residual loss and grief that gets triggered sometimes?
Honestly, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there could be like somewhere, but it doesn't really, there's nothing I think in the top of my mind that's like, that has been triggered by that.
Uh-huh. And I'm curious, why do you think that is?
I love to love. And I believe when we have the opportunities to love someone, like it just opens the heart. And I don't believe that, that anything previous should block anything in the future. And like, I just love to love people. And so if I, shut that down in any way as like shutting down my heart, shutting down my soul, shutting down like my purpose. And I can't imagine myself doing that.
Yeah, that's such a fabulous approach to life in general, and particularly when we experience loss, because we tend to hold on to that emotional charge, the trigger, and until we let go of that, we're always going to have it, and we have that pain, and yet you have let go of that, and that's when the experience moves into wisdom. And it seems that you really are demonstrating a lot of wisdom around your experience. Do you feel that for yourself?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Part of my work with women as what's next advisor, I call myself, is to help them as they move from one stage and age of life to another. And sometimes that involves grief and loss. And I'm always looking for new ways and new techniques to help them. And I feel that you demonstrate it so perfectly in your own life. I'm wondering, would you be willing to talk with me more about it? Because I really think I could get a lot of guidance from you that I can then use to help other women I work with.
Absolutely, would definitely be open to that. And if there's anything that I can also, offer, your community, I would be happy to do that.
That's so generous of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sally.
Sally, outstanding. Where I thought you were going to try to go, which is where so many people go on the Real Raw, and this is every day we watch this, is into where you wanted to take this. And so one might have been expecting the answer from Bella that, there's something still there. And then you would step into the opportunity to have that conversation. But instead, in the depth of listening and your true presence to what's there for Bella, instead, you very fluidly stepped into an incredible space, which is, could we have a conversation? Because this might be something to model for the people I work with. It was absolutely outstanding. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
truly.
you.
Dr. Frazier, are you ready for round two?
I am. I'm just so moved by what's happening. So I'm a little verklempt.
You are amazing as well. This is fantastic today. So and Bella, I will ask you how everything felt at the end. We usually do it for round two, but just thank you again for leaning in amazing ways today. So Bella, please take us in.
Hello, Dr. Frazier, I'm back.
Hi, Bella, and thanks so much. By the way, I usually ask people to call me Cheryl, the whole doctor thing. I know I got it, but thank you for that. As we were talking before, you may have noticed that I got pretty serious with you in a beautiful way, and it's because I had a similar experience of having an abrupt end to a relationship. And fast forwarding 10 years after that, one of the things that shaped the work I do to try to help couples recreate thrill and passion and be like that their whole life was I was semi world class in Canada anyway, love and sex expert. I was single. I couldn't get it together myself. I felt like a complete freaking fraud. And that shift between where we were in giving ourselves in love the way you did to your beautiful ex-fiance, and then opening up to love again. I'm curious if to get it specific, you may or may not have thought this in your head, but are there 2 or 3 things you want or need, or better yet, want to bring to your next extraordinary relationship?
So 2 or 3 things that I would want to bring to my next relationship. I would say number 1 would be to 100% follow my own intuition. Because I think because it was, next thing is I think I always knew it wouldn't be the final, but it was also very clear, there was many signs from God that this was a relationship I was supposed to have. And afterwards there were so many gifts. And so I would say, even, and I did follow my intuition. So I would say, also not settling.
Not settling.
not settling is a big, and not accepting a standard that's anything less than effing magical. Like, I know that, like, I just have this knowing that, like, a relationship can be epically magical, and like, if it's not that, like, it's done.
Okay, can I contradict you a little bit? Because I think you can take it.
Yes, I'm in.
Epic, extraordinary, sexual, romantic, passionate relationships are about as common as a unicorn playing the harp in the middle of a freaking forest. But the reason they're so rare, sweetheart, is we don't have a roadmap. We've got roadmaps in business, finance, fitness, how to eat keto, even how to be a great parent. People lack a roadmap. They lack knowing what are the key factors based on research, sex therapy, communication theory that great couples have. I wonder if you'd be willing to take a free 10-minute quiz where you can rate yourself currently on what I call the 3 keys to passion. Find out what
the answer is yes. Send it to me.
And then we can help you get to where you want to go, but with clarity, not just hope and romance.
Yes, I'm in.
Thank you. I'll send you the link to the quiz.
Amazing job. Dr. Fraser, fantastic. How did that feel for you? Or Cheryl, sorry. Cheryl.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I forgot to tell you people, just call me Cheryl. It felt good. It felt a little rushed because, you know, I'm a big talker. And I think that the 3-minute limit where we should celebrate 3 minutes is fantastic, is when we can have a 3-minute tantric orgasm. But otherwise, 3 minutes isn't long enough. Aaron, my man. That was a good cackle.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
is that a word you use,
No. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I'm turning purple. Okay, so this has been, so I am going to honor this day in this way. Every day in the Real Raw, the participants go, and then I step into being one of them, and I do my magic every day, in every episode, every time. Some of the most famous speakers in the world have been on here. Some of the top salespeople, television lawyers, accountants, everyone. And every single time, up until today, I have done that and mesmerized with improvement. We can always find a lever of optimization, but in honor of the amazing job that Sally did and Cheryl did, I'm not gonna do that today because their work stands on its own merit, and just a remarkable job. So I congratulate you, Sally. I congratulate you, Cheryl, on truly being remarkable today.
Thank you. That's very, very kind. And Sally, it was beautiful to watch you work. I look forward to getting to know you better.
Yep.
Thank you.
Now,
Yeah.
however, right, because I always want to add value, right? I want to lean into a question in process mastery, which is not what we do here in the Real Raw, but we do it on Blinded, is in terms of your business and its acceleration. I'll ask both Sally as well as Cheryl, because both of you are incredible. And we'll start with Cheryl. Is your business where you want it to be in terms of, well, where you want it to be, number one, and second, is it consistent with how amazing you actually are? Cheryl, my question.
What a great freaking question. No, my business is not at all where I wish it to be. And yes, I'm very grateful to be able to say it's absolutely consistent with who I am and what I want to teach. The business is an online immersion program for couples that I created and launched early this year. It's doing very well, but I'm not that great yet at building and scaling and reaching the audiences that need the help, which is any couple in the world in pain that has an internet connection.
Yeah.
And that's all of us at different times.
May I offer my support and expertise then in a way that might be meaningful to you? Because my listening is that sharing with you a concept and influence is not in service of, because you're amazing. So sharing a concept and creating that lever, would that be appropriate and helpful or supportive?
Most certainly, because the more couples that can be helped out of pain and out of COVID divorce, the better. So anything any wise person can do to help me help more couples, 1,000% there.
Yeah. So for everybody, and I'm only gonna do this in a minute, okay? There's things we want to count. There are things that we want to count, okay? The things that we want to count in the growth of our business are not followers online. It is not a strategy of posting and hoping or praying, right? People post, put things out, videos, pictures, right? It's intentionality around four things, right? One, the ecosystems that we merge with. The real raw is many things. One of the things it is an ecosystem filtration and accelerant device. That's what you're on, right? And so when we came on before today, right? I'm imagining, Cheryl, you didn't have optics on me or Unblinded and really what's happening here, and you graciously accepted. Is that a fair encapsulation of how you got here today?
That is fair. A wacky woman called Lorelei sent me a Facebook message.
Yes, absolutely. And now, so ready? I would like you to compare two things, please. One is if Lorelei said, hey, or Lorelei said, reached out to you in her amazingness. Thank you, Lorelei, and her wacky amazingness. Love you. And she had said, hey, like have lunch with Sean. And we went and we had lunch. And I explained to you things I've done. We connected and I shared some visions of things, right? And let's say it went quite well. Where we would have been at the end of that lunch in terms of your curiosity and gravitational pull towards working with me. But that's one scenario.
Okay.
The second is after this experiential dynamic we spent an hour doing together, right?
Yeah.
Which do you think would be higher? The pull, the intrigue of like, maybe there's something here to do, I'm curious. Which do you think would be higher, after lunch or after this?
After this, because I saw you, how you related to 4 or 5 other people in addition to me.
Yeah.
And I got to look for congruency. I mean, I'm a shrink. I'm a suspicious looking. And so it was much more powerful. And I think one-on-one would have been a blast, but I probably would have been a little less secure in a one-on-one lunch. I might've been trying to audition or, something like that I really try to stay away from. But as a human being, I can sometimes fall into, where this was just, because I got to speak to a human being about her pain, there was just no fucking, auditioning or anything else. It was just, I learned a lot today. It's been a delight.
And so what this is experiential, which I've coined the phrase, experiential marketing. Because of all the things you just shared. We had a shared experience that was very real. It's not scripted. It's not driven any direction. Each episode takes on its own life. Each group has its own connectivity. But every time, the group leaves feeling amazing. And that's step one, is ecosystem merging. Step two is the creation of speaking engagements with the people that you merge ecosystems with. A speaking engagement could be a shared stage, like you speaking on Tony's stage. It could be a blog. It could be a video post, but it's the release of your brilliance through a written audio or video communication that has the endorsement, the social proofing of the person who leads the ecosystem. That can result in the third step, which is a sales meeting. And the fourth step, which is sale. The sales meeting for most professionals, coaches, attorneys, accountants, is some complimentary session or conversation, right? And the key, so as we grow each of those 4 levers, the number of ecosystems we're merged with, which is not networking, it's specific agreements about things to occur. Speaking engagements are where we share our brilliance with people that it would be, this is a version of that for me, right? A version of that where something occurred. Then a meeting is the follow-up from dynamics that we present in our speaking engagement, and counting them. Like how many, and I'm not going to even ask, but just present to everybody here today and everybody watching, listening. is counting the number of ecosystems you're merged with, assessing the relevant quality of the audience you're being exposed to through that ecosystem, 1. 2, counting the number of speaking engagements that you're having, right? 3, how many sales meetings are growing out of it. And 4th, the sales you're making. Nutshell, one of my dear buddies, Rob Gill, who's at this Chris Crone event with me, went from 8 sales meetings per month, like a sit down, a conversation, he's in financial services, to in November, he had 600 for him and his team. And all of that is by compounding those 4 numbers. So you're amazing, Cheryl. And if we never speak again, those 4 levers and counting of those things with the influencing skill sets you have, the integrity, the heart, the skill, mind-blowing results. So hopefully that was a bit helpful.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your generosity in teaching me, teaching everybody watching, and helping. This is going to sound corny, but it's not. Helping make the world a better place with integrity offers instead of manipulation.
Thank you. Yeah, and I have loads to say. I will pause there. Thank you. Super impressed. So our amazing judges, let's go in reverse order this time. So Aaron, what do you have to share? Let's start with Sally, who went first. Please.
Sally, my score would be a 10. And the reason why it's a 10 is because how you closed it at the end.
Yeah.
You caught her, but yet you caught her in a way that kind of like, wow, did she just say that? Yeah, she did. And the person that was listening to you caught that and picked that up because you gave her the opportunity for her to be acknowledged and listened. So that's what I'm amazed by, and I'll score you 10.
10s are super rare here, occur like hyper rarely. Amazing job. Thank you, Aaron. And for Cheryl.
Cheryl, 9.8, and the reason why is because I felt when you ask, can I give you confirmation, or can I correct you on that? I think a better way for me listening would be, are you open for feedback? And that would leave you in a whole different space and saying, look, I want to correct you or criticize you or whatever. But I felt if you ask, are you open for feedback, would actually be more nicer and kinder.
Beautiful. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Aaron, thank you so much for being here today. And we've encountered one another on the Real Raw before. My dad is happy that a gentleman from Ireland is here today. So thank you very much for being here. And how was your day on the Real Raw today, Aaron?
It was awesome, Sean. You do an amazing show here. And every time I come on, it's a blast, a giggle, learning something. And that's the way life should be.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Alex, you, brother, I don't know. I know you're having some fun and joking, of course, which was one of the more fun moments of today in your former a-holeness. But your heart has been fully present today. So thank you for being here. And what do you have for Sally?
Sally, I felt like you took a really big risk when you started and you went in with like residual loss, like almost implying they're asserting that it was there. And I love that you took the risk, and I felt like it was a risk, right? And it missed. But I think the best part about it was the strong comeback. So I thought we were going to go like down the drain, and you kind of blew it. And it was like, oh no, here she comes. And you came roaring back and came with this supportive approach. And I give you a 9.5. So you did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful feedback, Alex. And how about for Cheryl?
And Cheryl, you came with a what's next approach, which I love. You were, as a coach, you were like, let's create the future. Let's create what's next. Let's get right into it. I appreciate can I contradict you and like hit you with something? And I like that Bella had the space to push back.
Yeah.
That I love that. So it felt so easy, so open. I give you a 10.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Amazing. Alex, brother, I mean, I give Aaron a 10, you a 10, Dr. Dan a 10. This is that seriously. This is, and every day is amazing here. It truly is. This day, the level of the conversation, the quality of the assessments and the micro distinctions involved. This is just an incredibly brilliant group. So Alex, thank you. And hopefully you had a good day here today.
I did. I learned a ton. Thanks for what you just gave. What you just gave to Cheryl. I ran out of space on my page to write it all down. So, but it was brilliant. Thank you for that.
Thank you, brother. Dr. Dan, what say you?
Sir.
What say you,
So
sir?
I think the first thing I'm going to say is for both of them took risks. And Sally, I didn't know where it was going at all. You were asking, okay, how do you feel? Is there any triggers? And then when Bella said no, there weren't any, I didn't know what was going to happen at that point. But you did a great job after it was that wisdom comment. How can we help the community that you're dealing with? I thought that was, that was the game changer right there. And I give you a 9.5.
Thank you.
Cheryl, big risk. You asked, what are you looking for in the next relationship? Intuition, not settling, nothing substandard. Then you went, oh no, kind of the situation. Oh no, but let me tell you, because nobody's perfect in this world. So let me help you get to that roadmap. Let me help you get to that clarity. I thought that was amazing the way that you turned that around, and I give you a 9.5 in addition to.
Thank you.
That was great.
Great job, Dr. Dan. And how was today for you, my friend?
You know what? Thank you very much, Sean, for having me. I look forward to our relationship in Unblinded to continue on. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Sally, drop the mic, my friend. How was today for you?
It was fabulous. I loved it. Thank you so much for inviting me for this opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for accepting and stepping into the not knowing world of things. So thank you. Beautiful job today. And Cheryl, how was your day today?
It was fun. It was deep. It was real. We talked about pain and we talked about possibilities. So it was perfect.
Awesome. Truly appreciate you. And again, wildly impressed. Bella Verita, drop the mic again. Not because today you were just fun and funny, which you are, but because you demonstrated your courage, your vulnerability, your energetic variance, which you can move in and out of with integrity and fluidity because of how free you are in many of the ways that you expressed today. So great job. And how was today for you, Bella? Final.
Today was magical, and definitely brought me to access points that I haven't accessed in a while. And so I'm truly grateful for the opportunities and, what is present for me is the recognition of how far I've come.
Awesome.
So I'm I concur with what you said. This has been one of the most incredible, impactful Real Raws that we've had. And because of what each one of you brought, like the people that will be watching this, that will learn from what Cheryl did, that will learn from what Sally did, that will learn from, micro distinctions that you dropped in, Sean. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like, this particular, Real Raw, like just has a complete ripple effect. And so from my heart, I'm just so grateful for each one of you that showed up here today, that contributed to this magical day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And what you've brought to the Real Raw is magical. It is extraordinary. And it's every day in so many different ways. But in integrity and presence and authenticity. So thank you again.
And so what I'm hearing is magic does exist.
Bella Verita, ladies
and
and
I think Teak would concur too. Magic does exist.
Think?
Magic does exist. I believe in fairies. I do.
And unicorns and mermaids.
Yes.
And unicorns and mermaids.
And
listen.
exceptional relationships. They're just rare, but that does not mean they don't exist.
Yeah. And I do want to drop this into actually is you know, sometimes we mention it, sometimes we don't. But you know, I don't know. I don't have optics on, you know, who's already part of Unblinded or our elite programs and who's not. And for those of you that are not, I highly recommend coming into our Monday night call and actually joining this ecosystem, because you all were like so incredible and amazing already. And with like micro distinctions and the level of, you know, coaching and service and care that Sean brings, it like takes that 9.5 in those 10s to like hundreds. And so, yeah, I would just, you know, from my heart, would just love to see each one of you a part of our family here at Unblinded.
Thank you.
Thank you. 7 p.m. Monday nights. What is Unblinded and why the Real Raw? Because there's a lot to unpack. Thank you guys. And because we are all blind, Ella?
And just learning to see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheryl, Sally, Aaron, Alex, Dr. Dan, love you guys. Amazing day today. Thank you so much for your contributions.
Thank you
beautiful
so much, everybody.
Thank you.